drag on my with the stream going.
Okay.
Oh. I really, really, really appreciate you staying up so late to come on with us today.
I've been so excited. I've been excited all day. I've been excited all week.
Good.
Cool.
Well, you've gone back to school now, right?
Indeed, I've been back for 2 weeks.
And this is your winter break, isn't it? Or it was your winter break?
Yes.
Oh, that's cute. You're even dressed appropriately for the environment.
Well, yes, there's a theme here.
Well, I got on my cowboy hat and a leather jacket.
I may do that for the next one.
Alright, by my clock it's 2 in the afternoon, which makes it 11 a.m. North American server, and it's time for the DTC Roadshow. This is episode number 35, and I'm here today with special guest host Jador from Greybrier. Say hi, Jade.
Hi.
Diva is out today. Her mother now is sick. Here's hoping that everybody gets better over there. And our special guest today is Bellarosa from Laethys. Say hi, Bella.
Hello.
But before we get started, some news. If you've been reading the Dimension forums, then you know that Mordicus and some of the other devs have set up a Dimension Skype IM. He's enabled his PM, so if you send him your Skype information, then you can join. There's currently already quite a bit of activity going on in the Skype channel. So there's some good. I know that this is a direct route to give him some bug reports and issues and make requests and things like that. I'm a huge Mordicus fangirl, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. And things like this are just one of the reasons why. In contest information, there is now a fourth Dimension contest going, which Cowrie's post-apocalyptic collaboration contest ends next weekend. We'll be touring those entries for that. Ends the 21st, so if you're rushing to get one together, you got about a week left. The Dungeon Master competition ends the 29th, so you got a couple weeks left to get that one done. All the information for those contests is on the forums. And the third contest is Renraff's Remember Where We Came From contest. which is using the starter dimensions and the very basic dimension items, which includes Mythosian fished items, old school crafting items, and then the original ones that are on the vendor in Meridium or Sanctum. So that's an interesting challenge. And now the fourth contest is sponsored by Eril at Brisasol, and it's part of her continuing series for the train stations of Talara, and all the information is on the forums as well. So, wow, contests upon contests upon contests. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started on the tour here. And this is a dimension that we've maybe seen a couple times. For I know somebody did some contest entries in a Polyp Promenade. But this is an interesting take on it, because here you came up to the ceiling. Is that right, Bella?
Yeah, whenever I get a new dimension, I come up to the ceiling and go to the side, see how big it is, and that's when I realized that there was an ocean above the sky.
Yep, just like the in-game zone of Dromheim. And
yeah.
So tell us about Mermaid Sanctuary.
Well, to be honest, I originally started to level off the floor, and I didn't put an entry zone tile yet, so I kept falling down through the sky to the town below. But I started with granite tiles, and they weren't big enough, so I used the really large cliff pieces. Took a long time. It actually took me nearly 2 months to do the floor, and I was just going to build a submarine. There was a transport competition, and that's what I was going to do it for, and I didn't have time, so I let it be. And then we got all these wonderful new pieces, and I thought, I'm going to make a huge big sanctuary, and decided to call it Mermaid Sanctuary.
Well, it's definitely fitting. I love the way you've adapted this, because I know Polyp Promenade is one of those dimensions that hasn't really impressed me at all.
Oh, I had no idea what to do with it, and I still don't know what I would do with the bottom half, but I'm really glad I found the top half.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, just because using this makes it seem way bigger than if you're using the bottom pieces down there.
Well, the thing with using the really large cliff faces is when you enlarge them to their maximum, the little icons, the icons that you use to move them, you can almost not see them. So it was very painful to try and to get the bottom right, but I'm stubborn.
That seems like a trait that's pretty common among dimension builders.
I think so. My husband was the fall guy. I called him the fall guy because he had to find any gaps in the floor, the base, because if there was a gap, you would literally fall to the bottom of the dimension where the town is. So I had to make sure, because it's not level, those cliffs are not level, to make sure I covered any gaps with foliage or structure.
Well, speaking of structures, I'm right here admiring these arches and pillars, which I know I've mentioned them to you pretty much every time I've talked to you when we've been in here. I love the way that these
I really like the table.
Yeah, the tables are nice. I like that you found a good use for this throne.
Yeah, I thought they were ugly things. I thought, what am I going to do with those? And we've had the discussion before. I don't consider myself a builder per se. I prefer to decorate with what is. Although my next project will be I'm trying to build from scratch. It's time to start.
Here's another throne set up here at the bed. I really like this bed that you've made. And you even made these statues look pretty good. This is the only statue that has ever been made that I don't like.
The mermaid ones with the lava in their belly?
Yeah, the pregnant fire mermaids.
Yeah, I don't like them. Yeah, no. But they'll do up there.
Yeah, here in this context, they look really good and appropriate. Oh, I see Jade has her swimming suit on too now.
They really do match the trees, in terms of background.
Yeah, they do.
Well, it's interesting in here because of where it is built. A lot of effects don't work in here. A lot of lighting effects don't work in here. Projectors certainly don't. Waterfalls don't. So I had to work really hard to get color and movement.
Well, I think all the new aquatic plants probably helped with the color part.
Oh yeah, that's why I love those pink trees.
Well, and with full screen effects on, everything's very wavy and movie.
And then I see you got this is the full water set, isn't it? For the planar crafting
Yes.
stations?
Mm-hmm.
These are really pretty.
I figured I better put them somewhere, and this was a good spot.
I like the decorations that come on this forge.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole little plaza here is just really pretty. And I love these the chandeliers that you made.
Thank you.
And the beauty of a water dimension is that you can fly up there and get a up front look.
The downside of that is you have to swim every time. Like the whole building process, I had to swim, and so perspective is a little bit difficult.
Well, this is just beautiful transformation of Paula Promenade.
Thank you.
And in this context also, these huge aquatic plants don't seem quite as big as they do when you set them on the ground in a normal dry spot.
No, it was a perfect environment to use them, and I needed to block off the entire perimeter so you couldn't just look out and see nothing at all. So for landscaping, they were perfect.
And I love the swing.
Well, mermaids love to swing.
Yeah. I know I really tried to sit down on it and swing, but it wouldn't let me do it.
You know.
Yeah, there's just this is just a really good display of all the new stuff that came out with 3.3 and stuff that came out with 3.0 that just isn't real common. And then mixed in with some older items, and it's really cohesive. I know these jellyfish have been just really popular.
Yes, I love the jelly.
I love these little gazebos that you made too. So I think when you try building from scratch, you're going to do really well at it.
Well, I'll take my time and I'll see what comes out.
Oh yeah, I don't think you're going to have any trouble at all.
No, I don't either. Now, do you add on? Do you use add-ons or do you do it all freehanded?
I do about 99% freehand. I'm not very good with the toolbox, I have to say. I try real hard.
Love this fountain here too.
I actually put that upside down by mistake, and then when I looked at it, I thought, you know, that's not too bad, that up there.
Yeah, and I love the crap, the textures that are on the underside of that fountain as well. I know Jade has a thing against the jiggly water.
Well, Jello physics, yeah, I'm not a fan. But it's workable. Everything's workable.
And this one, I know the first time I was in here, I couldn't believe it when I looked at the item limit, and you're only at the tier 4 limit in here.
Yeah, my plan is that eventually when I have the plat and I have the time, perhaps in my summer break, I'm going to build a temple in here with what's left.
Yeah, those tier 5 upgrades are pretty painful.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like there's so much more in here than the 1,200 items that are in here right now, anyways. And even these Achilleus statues work out great in here. Like they're providing, well, like the giant fish. I don't know if you've ever hung out in Dromheim a lot in the water up above the city.
A little bit. There's some nasties up there I try to avoid.
Yeah, the elites, and they look a lot like these guys.
Yeah, they do.
Well, I put this little mermaid down here on her couch.
Yeah, she's got to be probably one of my favorites of the NPCs that just came out with the last big patch. I don't know, maybe it's because of the aesthetics of the model.
I like how she moves.
Yeah, and when she sings every once in a while, and she's got a real pretty song that comes with her.
Oh, I didn't know that. I tend to turn the music off.
Yeah, I do too. Most of the time, I think I was on the PTS messing with the one I bought there, and then she was singing. Well, I made the mistake of buying all the NPCs and putting them in the same dimension, and I thought I was going to go out of my mind because all of them were yelling. There's just a bunch of yelling and singing and carrying on, and it was like, oh.
Oh, that's funny.
Then you have the imp going on about doomsday, and yeah.
This is the natural sky in here, right?
Yes, projectors don't work in here. If you go to the very top, you get to the top of the ocean. It's not far up.
I just was looking at the color saturation in here on some of the item. It's very cool. I love it. It's a lot of color saturation of the cyan blue.
Yeah, as I wrote on the forum, the only thing to be careful in here is not to log off while you're in here because you come back and you run out of breath. It's that bug.
I see.
The drowning glitch.
Yeah. Yeah. I've died many times building this.
I love the colors.
I do too, and I think it's very appropriate for one Nightmare Tide and you know the whole new zones and just really good display here of like the new items, like this platform that you can craft.
That platform's wonderful for large spaces.
Oh, it is. I just I've been using
So
it
huge.
in my there's a guild dimension I'm working on right now, and I covered the entire Golem Foundry with 3 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's
Fabulous.
for saving items. That was like, oh wow, oh, you know, I had the little hallelujah song playing. Because I think the only thing that might be bigger that's a singular flat surface is a loyalty item, and you know you're not going to use that in Guild Dimension. This is a beautiful place, so thank you for telling us about it.
Thank you.
And I highly recommend that if you haven't already come over to Laethys to check it out in person, please do so. And then next up on our stop is one that's been one of my favorites ever since you built it, and that's Rainy Rendezvous in Paris. And this was made for Louvinette's romance contest, wasn't it?
Yes, had to be about love or a place where we would meet our love.
Yeah. Well, I think Plaza Orantine was a great choice for this theme.
Remember the first time I saw Plaza, I thought this has to be a city, and it was either going to be, you know, old English London or Paris. And my husband's been to Paris, I have not, and it's always been something that is on our one-day list.
I love the way you worked with the base dimension and then morphed parts of it to hide the original buildings. And these oh, and the mausoleums work out here perfectly.
Yeah, they're a nice fit.
It's,
And I love misty places. I mean, my Sea Mist resort is very misty, and this one's very misty.
are you using this is a precipitator in here, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I like that one. Because it adds a little bit of haze, but not too much, and in the rain, and
Hmm.
love these planters that are here along the wall.
Wow, really clever use of those,
The stasis tubes.
yeah, stasis tubes. That's clever.
I was in here last night to make the screenshot for the post I put on the forums, and for the first time I noticed the tables and the corners like a folded up tablecloth.
That took me so long.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I was just standing here for the longest time going, wow. You know, how come I never thought of that?
It's like the lace curtains. They took me. So I just tried to make lace.
There's just some really clever stuff in here. It's like, wow, and I didn't, how come I never thought of that?
Yeah.
Like these window boxes. So simple.
And this magazine stand. Or this newsstand over here. I love this. I mean, this is a good example of just what you can do in 1,000 items. Especially if you're trying to figure out what to do with all these stairs that minions bring back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's that Maliana Torsen again.
I remember this magazine rack.
Yeah.
So clever.
Now there's an outfit that we should have.
Hers?
Yes.
I would love that.
I really want Asha Katari's, but in a pinch this one
Okay,
would do.
yeah, either one of those would be good. Either one.
Yeah, I think we all want that.
This is just some great attention in here.
I wanted a different fireplace in here, so I've actually put Gloamwood Tavern in here. That's where the fireplace and floor comes from. And I hid the rest of the tavern in the wall.
Well, that's a fantastic job at disguising it.
I did manage to use the weather blockers. Took me some time to stop the rain in here, but I couldn't stop the petals, but it's still romantic.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything that'll stop the petals.
It's my cappuccino machine.
Yep, I was just looking at that. It's even got foam. This is a great atmosphere in here. One last stop at the newsstand again. And the way you blocked off the stairs really just blends in with the base dimension. I mean, if you were not familiar with Plaza Ornstein, then you would never know that there was something behind this mausoleum.
Because there's a secret behind there, I thought, how am I going to block that? And of course, Ivy hides everything.
This little townhouse. Yeah, we're getting to the secret, but I mean, gotta stop and smell the flowers.
I love flowers. Love florists.
And so I know that you actually won Divas Animal Morphing Contest. Is contest something that you've just recently started doing, or have you been doing them for a while now?
My first ever Dimension won a Tryon official contest, and that was the Vine and Climb. It's my very first one, and it was the first build I'd ever done as well. First prize was Moon, Three Springs, sorry, before it became public.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that contest.
I mean, sometimes I go into Three Springs, Vine and Climb, and I get a bit embarrassed because it was my first one. I think, oh, it doesn't look so good. But it's still really special, so I can't get rid of it.
Of course. Oh, where's the selection thingy? I can see the sparkles, but not the...
I moved it forward.
Oh. Alright, there we go.
It'll come back in 2 seconds.
Uh-oh, Jade's red.
Careful, Jack.
I'll be nice. Unlike with Diva and I were both in a dimension, and then she went red, and yeah.
And it just got ugly.
See how you are.
The temptation was too great.
Wow, if you're gonna go ahead and pwn me, then I'll at least switch back over to Rift instead of watching the live stream.
No. It's tempting, but no.
Well, thank you.
I'm up here in the secret.
Mm-hmm.
This is just great use of pretty much the whole space of this dimension. There you go, you're green now.
Well, and so clever. Just such clever things.
It is. You see a lot of city town kind of builds in Plaza Orantine, and the thing that always strikes me is how different each one is.
Yeah, there aren't many, I've actually been looking, so I can say this with some confidence, but there aren't very many city-type settings. where, there's kind of a city or a town already laid out so that you can build upon it. It saves on item count if you want a city build.
Yep.
This is one of the best.
Yeah, I love this one. I love the atmosphere in here.
Now I just have to get to Paris. I'll be all set.
Yep.
I think you'll like it. Paris in September is great. And I love the haze. It tones down all the background.
Yes.
Not distracting.
I put quite a few trees on the other side of the boundary, just a little bit naughty.
That's all right.
Well, I like how it fades out the background so that you're not distracted.
Yes.
And that makes this
really stand out.
Much more present. Yeah, and it really stands out so that this is what you're here to see.
Yeah.
I still can't get over the folded table corners. So it's a small dimension that doesn't really feel small at all.
No, it doesn't.
And speaking of contest entries and winners, the next dimension on the show is the Hive. I always like this one when you first zone in. There's a gigantic wasp in your face.
Mm-hmm. So many cheeses in this dimension.
I was going to make a bad joke, but I will resist. About being cheesy, but no.
You did it. You went there.
Yeah, I did.
This is just amazeballs.
Now, the thing
you don't very often get a chance in an invitation to view things up close and personal. And this morph is up close and personal, and it's just awesome. Go ahead, Bera.
I was just going to say that it really stands out to me that each one of these is different. And what made you pick wasps?
We live in Western Australia, and I'm not from here originally. I'm from the other side of Australia, and we've only been here a few years. And there are wasps, and they build mud nests on the back of the house, and they're similar to this. And I hate them. I have a real thing about them. And when I saw this morphing contest on, I'm not a morpher at all, and I thought I'm going to try and do the wasps.
Well, I would say that this says that you are a morpher.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dispute that claim.
Well, okay, I think I had morphed a bee lamp in the sea mist dimension, and that's the only morph I'd ever done. It was a little funny. little thing. So this is my first attempt at morphing. I may revisit it. It won't be wasps though. I think I had about 20 tabs of Google images of wasps up for like 3 weeks.
I believe that.
Do you still have as much of a thing?
No. I just look at them now and think, just wasps. And then
That's
get
what I
happy to
thought.
get
I
them.
wondered if you'd actually worn it out.
Absolutely.
Man,
Not
that's
over
kinda
cheese,
cool,
though.
Actually, I love it.
I was going to close this after the competition, then I thought, no, actually, I couldn't do that. And so, given the count, I may put it up a couple and, or there's one more, I'm not sure, and build something a little bit more around there.
I wonder if we'll get the hive as a dimension. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Do you think you'll continue on with this theme, with more with the bugs?
In this dimension?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to have it as like a, they've taken over this, so I'll put some semblance of a civilization that's been here but are no longer because of them. So I think it would do them justice to build something with them central.
That sounds like that'd be interesting. Now I thought the Dream Hive was supposed to be coming in 3.4. I think that's what I saw posted.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hmm.
And that's gorgeous, especially if they take out the eggs.
Yeah, Mordecus posted a picture on the forums a while back where all the eggs were gone out of it.
Yep.
Well, that would be cool.
That should be interesting.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, that was like where one of the best quests in this game started.
Yep.
I love that quest line. There's a lot of storylines in Rift that I can either take it or leave it, but that one, I've done it on every one of my characters that I've leveled up to 65. And that whole prison thing never ceases to irritate me, where you gotta avoid the guards. But this is really really fantastic. And a well-deserved.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to be off again. And did I say Sea Mist or Journey to the Center of the Earth? I think it was Sea Mist.
I think you said Journey to the Center of the Earth. Okay. You can choose. I'll follow.
All right, we'll go to Dormant Core, Journey to the Center of the Earth. And this is inspired by one of the movies, isn't it?
Yeah, the original old Journey, not the more newer versions of it. I'm a bit of a sci-fi and adventure type movies from when I was little, which is quite a while ago. And I've always loved the original, the one with Pat Boone in it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Oh, you need to put that on your to-do list.
Yes, ma'am.
So see, it starts in the shed or office where the original explorer was, and he was murdered. And so then it goes from there down into the centre of the earth. So this is his office, his laboratory.
Well, it looks like this was built from scratch. In a good way. In a good way. Not. I realized as soon as I said that, I was like, wow, that sounded bad.
No, no, no. That's not. I didn't take it that way.
I like this planet model here.
Thank you. I put the quicksand effect through the middle, and I hid the bottom bit under there.
Cool.
This is one that Jade would love because it's this one is made for the explorers.
Oh, where are you going, Vin?
The wrong way.
She's going the hard way.
Back this way.
Uh-oh.
See, now you put a path down.
Yeah, pretty much the explorers will ignore it. Yes.
Well, see,
My husband's often going off in different directions. And I say, no, it's this way. He says, no, no, but others will go this way.
Yeah, it's a given that I will have a dimension exploring fail at least once every week. Where the audience is like, oh, Phoenix is trying to explore again. And it never turns out well.
So a lot of what I've done in here is almost parallel to what happens in the movies, the various scenes.
I like this little cavern right here.
Well, the adventurers fall into a cave of crystals, you see, in the movie.
These fire bubbles really worked out well in here.
This is my first dimension that I did after being away for a very long time from the game, and I kind of had bits and pieces and didn't quite know what to do. And I always wanted to do this in here.
Well, I think Dormant Core is, I don't know, it's probably one of the most challenging dimensions that are available.
Yeah, I think I'd agree.
Oh, phew.
Doing this, I really wish that there was a map.
Yeah, a map in here would be handy. There's a lot of different elevations in here too. It's just that steady
Yes.
descent. And did you use just the bottom part of dormant core for this, or did we start out at? I just swear we started out at the bottom too.
We started at the top and we're slowly working our way around. I've carefully blocked some elevations off and we're now right down at the very bottom, heading there to the center.
Well, looks like somebody had an accident here.
Well, this is where the adventurers find the ancient civilization, you see. So this is where they got to see the actual center. I so know you're going to go and watch this movie, Fendage.
It's been ages. I mean, many ages since I saw that movie, but now I have to go see it.
And you'll see the mushroom scene and you'll think, oh, now I know what Bella was doing.
Well, this one definitely makes some good use of all that space that's in dormant core. I think that's been the number one thing stopping me from ever doing a build in this dimension is just all that space.
Well, I think it needs a good theme. I mean, a really pretty solid theme, because Dormant Core has a strong theme of its own.
And all that space.
Yes, and all that space. Can't believe you did this in 782 items.
Yeah, definitely.
Holy cow.
And so at the end of the movie they get pushed back up through to the top and get rescued.
That
A little bit geeky, but much.
No, I think this one definitely imparts the feeling of going on a journey.
Yeah.
Because you're going up, then you're going down and around and here and there, and you know, I think Dormant Core is a great base dimension for this theme. Just because you know you have all that volume up and down.
It certainly took a while to cap the top of, to completely top, you know, the top of the core.
This is great. I mean, it actually brings you right back to where we started.
Yep. And then we've got time for one more, because I know.
A little one?
Or a fast one.
How about the bank? Breach chamber.
Okay. Yeah, because I know it's what, going on 4 in the morning for you?
It's nearly 3 a.m.
Yeah. We're gonna definitely try not to run over here because you always because it's way past your bedtime.
It's Sunday now.
Yeah, and this one is very small. This is only upgraded through the tier 2.
Yes. I was inspired by Gringotts Wizardry Bank in Harry Potter, which is why I decided to make this a bank.
Oh, there's that guy.
He's up to no good over there near the safe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust him.
Have you been working on completing the artifact sets at all?
I haven't actually looked at that. As you know, my head's been in a study space right now. It will be for about another 12 weeks. But I'm reading up on what to do about it. So far he's just done some nasty things to me and sent me off to port something or other, where I got royally killed.
Yeah, the artifacts spawn in Port Sion. That's the instance where he sends you to.
Okay, well, I picked up 3 today.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you complete that, those artifact sets, there's 5 sets. When you complete those, you get a Guffin dimension item and the Nightmare Saga Sky Projector.
You have to complete all 5 sets, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
And you only have to do it once, because once you do it once, it unlocks under the interactive tab instead of the trophy tab. I found that out totally by accident. So
oh, fabulous.
This is really
clever.
It is. This really nice little dimension. Definitely accentuates the architecture that's already in Breach Chamber. Like, see, I don't know. I would love.
I really like the architecture in here.
I do too, and I would love to have like pieces of it, like say these columns as their own item, and the chandeliers as their own item, and the arches
and the archway windows.
Yeah.
I love these windows. Oh, I love these windows.
And the edging at the baseboard, and even the floor.
Yes.
We might mention that in Skype.
Sections like the entryway. I would love wall sections like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
with this hallway.
Yeah. This is so clever. I love it.
I do, and
Thank you.
I can't believe it's only 174 items. Yeah. Oh my god.
So there goes your less is more, Jade.
Yep.
And it looks like it actually looks like it belongs here.
Yeah.
That's a great job of working with a base dimension instead of just changing it to suit what you want.
It really does have a Hogwarts flavor. I love it.
It does.
Thank you.
I love this dwarven thing in the wall. This is really great. Dwarven saw.
I'm over here picking on Orpheus. Aww. Well, at least the wisp is only temporary. He's got to be one of the best dimension items ever.
Yeah, really.
He's fabulous.
He is. He is. He really is. And he's free. That's the best part. Well, I don't know. Well, I know I picked one up, a second one up on Greybrier for I think 500 plat, which is still not too bad for a thing that does all the stuff that he does.
No, if I could have found one for 500, I would have bought it.
Yeah, I bought it.
I got one in the mail today. My hubby bought me a second one.
Congrats.
He's now the receptionist in my resort.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he got it for 300. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I want his coat and his shoes.
I like his staff.
He
I think
needs
his
better
staff is pretty
posture,
good.
though. Jeez. Makes me want to
Yes.
smack him.
Stand up.
Stand up straight.
Well,
That coat is pretty cool, though.
it is. And how come he gets high-heeled shoes?
Yeah, really. Of course, the NPCs have gotten high heels shoes, you know.
Yeah.
Just not play.
Well, Bella, I want to thank you for staying up so late to take us around today. I really, really, really appreciate it.
I want to say thank you for inviting me. As I said, I've been looking forward to this all week. I've been so excited.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear it because I really enjoyed our tour today, and I hope that the people watching did as well. And again, please take the time to drop in on Laethys and check these out in person, as there's still more that we didn't see. You have a total of, what is it, 8 dimensions, 9?
Yeah, I think so. And I have one in the dungeon competition as well.
Yep, that one won't open for a couple more weeks. So next week we'll be looking at the entries for Cowrie's post-apocalyptic contest. So we look forward to seeing you all there for that.
That'll be great.
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing those entries. And the Dungeon Master will probably try to cram through as many as we can on that one. So thanks everyone for tuning in today, and we will see you again next week. And thank you so much, Bella.
No worries. I'll go get some sleep. Bye-bye.
Bye. And have a good weekend, everyone.